Geometric sequence. In this lesson, geometric sequence, it's a form by multiplying a term in the sequence by a fixed number to find the next term. Example, what happened in this case? We first had a 5 and then we ended up with a 10. That means that we multiply by 5, and we check this one, it's also by 5. So we call this common ratio. Common ratio 5. So I'm going to write it here. In this one, what happened from 80 to 20? Well, suppose we think we don't know, we can do this. I had 80. I don't know what I multiply, but I know that my next answer is 20. So I pass dividing, and I see that this is 1 over 4. So what I really did is multiply times 1/4. So 80 times 1/4 gives me 20. And that one times 1/4 gives me 5, which is the next in the sequence. So my common ratio will be 1/4, the multiplication of 1/4. The next is 750, 150, 336. So what happened with 750? Something that I multiplied, that now I have 150. Well, let's pass it dividing and let's find out what happened. I reduce, and 15 over 75, it's, if we reduce it, this into 15, it's 1 into 15, it's, let me see, 75 into 15, 5. So what happened is that I multiply 1/5. And we can try and say, what happened if I say 30 times 1/5? It's 6, which is the next in the series, in the sequence. Okay, what happened in the next problem, in problem number 4? I don't know, but I had a 4. I multiply by something that I got a 6. I pass this dividing, and I say 3, 2. It's 1/2 that I multiply, or 3/2. So my common ratio is 3/2. Let me try. Suppose I have 9 times 3 over 2. It gives me 27 over 2, which gives me my next number in the sequence. So I'm right. Now they're asking me to find the next 3 terms in the sequence. But I first need to know what's happening from here to here. And I think I know it's a multiplication of 3. So I know that the common ratio is multiplying by 3, right? Now, what I should put here is what will happen with my next 3 numbers. Well, this would be 81. Because 27 times 3 gives me 81, and times 3 gives me 243, and 243 times 3 gives me 729. Those are the 3 terms in a sequence that will follow in this place. Next problem is also about getting the three other terms. So what happened here? I know that I had 120, and I don't know what I multiplied, but I know that now my answer is 60. So I say 60 into 120, and these will give me 1/2. Let's see, let's check. Into 6, 1. Into 6, 2. 1/2. So the common ratio, it's 1/2. Negative. So if I'm expecting the other numbers here, I will have to, let me erase these so that I see if I can have space. No, I don't. It doesn't let me erase. So let me see. The next one, I have a minus 15. Minus 15 times 1/2, negative 1/2, should give me 15/2. And 15/2 times negative 1/2 gives me negative 15 into 4. And the next one time will be negative 15/4 times negative 1/2 will give me 15/8 positive. On problem number 7, we have this sequence, and we're going to find the common ratio first and then write the rule for each of sequence for 7, 8, and problem number 9. In this case, I have that from 1/3 to 1/1/3 something happened. And this is how we can find the common ratio. 1/1/3 is 4/3. If I want to solve for x and see how much my ratio, my common ratio is, this will be 4. What I am multiplying in this sequence is 4. So our common ratio is 4. Now, the rule for the sequence is it's the nth term, my first term, it's 1/3 times r. R is the common ratio. So 4 n minus 1. That will be my rule for this sequence. Let's look at problem number 8. Number 8. I have this sequence, and I need to find out what happened here, but it seems like it is really obvious. We had a multiplication of negative 1/3 in this case, right? Because 1 times negative 1/3 gives me 1 times negative 1/3. It gives me negative 1/3, and negative 1/3 times negative 1/3, it gives me 1/9. So if I was to write the rule, I will have to say that the first term is 1 times the common ratio, which is negative 1/3, and it is going to be raised up whenever I know which number I want, and to the minus 1. And this is my rule for the sequence. Problem number 3. What happened from 30 to minus 10, I can do it solving for x. I don't know what what I multiplied by the 30, but now I have negative 10. The way to get it will be by passing the 30 to the other side, reducing, once again, my common ratio is negative 1/3. So my common rule will be the first term, which is 30, times the ratio, which is negative 1/3, n to the minus 1. And this is my other rule for the sequence. Now you are ready to start your work. Have fun.